For those who are listening to this on a radio broadcast, Mel seems to be going into trance, and I get the distinct feeling that the people we were just talking about, the otherworldly circle, an extraterrestrial circle to be specific, one of those is now poised to speak through her. I have a funny feeling we might not have to wait very long to hear something. Who am I talking to now? The lights on this Skype transmission have gone a little unusual. Melanie's screen to me looks brighter, almost like it's being sort of bleached, although I don't think anybody turned the lights up. There is this purple hue about her face that then turned more sort of whitish purple, and she most clearly is no longer herself. I'll ask again, is there somebody there would like to say a few words?
There are many of us here, and we all collect and connect as one. We take your form and we live amongst you.
Are you many?
There are many.
Could you put an earthly number to that of how many might be here on this planet Earth at this time? $800,000. And would these be focused in one nation state or displayed around the world?
We are everywhere. We are learning, and we are here to help. We cannot change what is happening. We can plant the seed to create the outcome to a positive one. There is much happening here. This is why we are here, to help. If help is not given, then destruction will happen. And this planet is extremely important in the makeup of the universe. It is not a good time for the frequency of the planet to be negative. It is attracting, it is making itself known to other vibrations that are not particularly positive.
Do your people have a name?
My name is Zuka, and we are from distant collection of solar system. There are 3 we have to travel through to get here, but we do that through energy transformation and not through vehicle. You project your energy to a point and then you are there.
What would be your message to the people of this planet if you were broadcasting across the world right now?
To think before action, to know the outcome before the action, to learn from your past, to be respectful, but greatly to learn from your past. And it is frustrating when people speak before doing and do not think of the action they may take or their words will lead to.
I can see you now. So, are any of your people what we would describe as public figures, such as politicians, artists, people of notoriety or renown?
We have others in the arts. We have been able to progress to authorities, but there is so much to be aware of, not just those that run your countries, but those that run your towns, your collective areas. We start from the bottom and work up. It is a long process, takes time, but the results will hold. If we were to infiltrate world leaders, governments, the change would happen but would not hold. It has to be embedded from early age.
So we might find you more likely in local administration.
Yes.
Councillors or Congress, that sort of thing, rather than
Changing
in the hierarchy
from
of
the
government.
bottom up.
How long have you been here in earthly time measurements such as years?
Millennia, many millennia.
Is there anything else you would like to make known during the course of this broadcast?
It is wonderful to be able to communicate and to be able to project as we are doing. And we know that this is a safe environment. And we would just like to say, remember what has been, take lessons from the past, and think before you act.
Is there a specific type of unfortunate event that we should be looking to avoid at this time?
What is happening is only going to gain momentum. It is the start of a change that can be catastrophic if everyone were to think, to share information and to stop the distrust and lies, then what is to come will not be so catastrophic. This is why we work in your councils and in your communities. It is the best way to make the change for the greater good. Teachers are being influenced, and we are teaching in schools and your universities. The chain of events has already happened. You have experienced the disease, but this is the first of others. It can be rectified if people were honest, truthful, and did not interfere with the natural plan of everything. There must be respect of all life forms. The disrespect causes the disaster.
We should be careful what we eat.
You should be careful how you treat what you eat. Eating an animal is good for your development, but that animal must be blessed and respected and treated kindly, for it is living and breathing just as you are.
Melanie, the vessel you speak through, and myself both live in an area of a country called England, that area being known as Norfolk. Are any of your people alive and functioning in this place?
Yes, they are in every county.
And would they consider making themselves known at a physical level?
Not at this time. The change that we are making is in its infancy, but it is also ahead of its time.
So your progress is good.
Extremely good.
Are people receptive to your message when you meet them in person?
Some are, some aren't. We do have our work cut out for us. You are a very stubborn species with very strong opinions, and your teaching is not consistent globally in areas such as China. It is difficult due to pressures from higher governors.
Which are the better cultures or nation states for you to work with?
European are more susceptible to understanding the bigger picture.
Any specific part of Europe?
Ukraine,
Right.
Poland.
That's very interesting. They have significantly different political worldview to that of many of the other European states. So that's a very, very interesting perspective. What is your next move here?
We are planning to, or helping mankind to evolve into a different thinking individual. We plan to change their vibration to a positive one. But this will come with setbacks, as a lot of personalities are deeply ingrained from experiences of other family members. It is a long process, but we will achieve a greater outcome.
Who's doing best at the moment? Well, you said certain states in Eastern Europe are doing okay. Are there any individuals that shine? Anyone that stands out that perhaps people on Earth could take their inspiration from?
There are many. Information that you report on is something we find very effective, and which is why we chose to speak with you today. We know the right people will listen and learn. We will be able to connect to them directly and guide them sufficiently.
You will be more than welcome to visit these podcasts as often as you like.
We are more than aware and are very pleased with the subject matter.
Your star system, does it have a name anyone on Earth might recognize, or is it too distant?
It is too distant, but when found, will be XY 11492.
Is your world like ours? Is it similar to Earth? Is it physical, or is it of a finer energy?
It is very similar, although we have evolved greatly to be able to leave the planet without craft. The climate is stable, warm. We do have seasons, so very much like Earth.
Is your day a similar length to ours?
Longer, although we are not governed by time anymore.
Do your people have a lifespan like ours, or can they self-regenerate?
They have a lifespan in a certain form, be tangible as well as fluid. So we change forms, but our consciousness is still very much at the forefront. We do create new life as you do.
In the same way?
Not in the same way. Although there is a joining of two vibrations to create a third. It is a changing to create one more. Equally as beautiful experience is tangible.
Can your souls be born here on earth, and can our souls be born into your form on your world?
No. No. Dense, too dense here. We are going to step back now. We would like to speak with you again, if possible.
Mel now seems to be slowly emerging from her trance, and there's still an awful lot of light around her that wasn't apparent before. Well, looks like we lost you there for a little while, Mel.